Subtracting rational numbers, folks. You guys should be working on a worksheet right now that you probably got during class today. And I just wanted to help you guys out a little bit. For those of you who actually decided to watch it, we're actually going to go through a few examples from your worksheet. So it's a little bonus for you. If you are watching, you'll actually get to see a few of these problems done. And that's two less that you'll have to do. So here we go. I want to talk about number 4 and number 11. We'll start with number 4. Right now, we really want to subtract these two mixed numbers. But we know, since they're both have fractional parts, since they don't have common denominators, our first step is probably going to be, hey, let's find a common denominator. So, if you're wondering what that common denominator might be, I'm going to guess it's 35, because 5 and 7 both go in to 35. Now, that means, how do we get 7 to 35? Well, we multiply it by 5. But folks, please don't forget, if you multiply the denominator by 5, you also have to multiply the numerator by 5. So the first half of this becomes negative 8 and 20 over 35. Yes? Alright, don't forget your subtraction sign. Now the second part, if we want to get the denominator to 35, of course we have to multiply by 7. Please don't forget to do that up top. So now we should have minus 2 and 21 over 35. Hopefully you're thinking about this before I'm doing it, so that potentially you don't even need me. I'm only here as a guide if you're unsure where to go next. So if you feel like you can do it from here, pause this and try and do it on your own, and then start it up and check your answer. Alright, so let's continue. Now that we have common denominators, I prefer to turn this mixed number into an improper fraction, as well as this one, and then just to subtract straight across. So our 8 times 35 is going to give us 240. We then have to add that to the numerator. I'm sorry, 280. Now you need to add that to the numerator, and then it'll give us an even 300. Just add that negative on, and then we have a negative 300 over 35. Here we are. Minus the second part. So now we don't even have to worry about a negative sign. And let's just do 2 times 35 is 70, plus 21 is 91. Of course, it's over top of 35. And here you go, folks. Now we just have an improper fraction minus an improper fraction. So you have to do the basic subtraction. So let's finish this baby off. Negative 300 minus 91 should give us negative 391. And our denominator stays the same. So it's over top of 35. And there we go, folks. Number 4 is complete. Now, maybe 11 you want to try on your own as well. Pause the video, come back to it, use it to guide you if you get stuck, or just use it as a way to check your answer. Okay? If you can do it without our help, then that's a great sign. That means you'll be ready for the quiz. If you can't, it means maybe we need a little bit more work. So there are several ways you could do number 11. What I'm going to do may not be the same way you do it, so wait until we see the answer to see if both of our ways work. How I'm going to start out is I'm going to assume that we don't recognize that 30 divided by 2 is actually 15. Okay? So I'm going to assume that we do not recognize that. So I need to turn this guy into a fraction so that we can subtract it from this one. So let's rewrite this. 30 over 2 minus, and of course this is 15 and 7/10. Surely your elementary teachers taught you to read a number with a decimal point just like this. So now we have a mixed number, and of course we're going to need common denominators, and the second number is going to need to be turned into an improper fraction. So let's do that first. 30 over 2 minus Let's change this. 15 times 10 is 150 plus 7. So that's 157. Whoops, that's a 2. 157 over 10. Now, what's our common denominator going to be? Of course, it's going to be 10. So we need to multiply this 2 by 5 and do the same thing with our 30. I'm going to move over here to show, because I don't have much room down here. So 30 times 5 is 150 over 10. We still have the subtraction sign in the middle. And even though you can't hardly tell, that's 157 divided by 10. Folks, once again, it's a simple subtraction problem. So 150 minus 157 is going to equal negative 7/10. That is your final answer. Just in case anyone wants to know the shortcut to doing this problem, continue to watch. Here we go. If we erase all this, I'll start it over real quick. Right off the get-go, if you can tell me that this fraction right here, if you recognize that that's actually equal to 15, guess what? We can rewrite this just like this, and then we can just subtract the decimals. 15 minus 15.7. Well, we've got more negative than we do positive. Okay, so we know our answer is going to be something that's negative. So 15 minus 15 is 0. And then you still have to take away the remaining 0.7. So it's negative 0.7. Which, guess what, folks? If you turn that into a fraction, is negative 7/10, which is the same answer we got when we converted this guy into a fraction. So it works both ways. Your preference doesn't matter which way you do it. Alright guys, hopefully this was helpful.